Hello viewers, today we're going to be upgrading some hardware in a Dell Optiplex 990. This is the smallest of the four sizes they offered in the 990 series. It's not quite as small as what they call the tiny series that they make today, but the advantage in my opinion to this size was that the power supply was contained within the unit, and so it takes a regular AC power cord in. Now of course there's advantages to having it in the wire, you know, like an AC adapter kind of cord, because then if the power supply goes bad, you just got to buy a new power cord. That's real easy to do, you know, change it out. It's a little more complicated to change out the power supply on this, but in my case, because I get all these second hand, if they take a proprietary power cord that usually don't come with it, then I gotta buy another power cord and whatever. So I'd rather it be this way. This is fine. I know how to change the power supply if it breaks, and they don't break all that often. Anyway, so this is gonna go in the bedroom. The one I have in there now is not working out too good, because the primary issue is that the screen doesn't have a very low brightness setting. And that's a problem, because in the bedroom I often use the computer in the evening or at night, and I don't have a lot of bright lights on, so I want the brightness on the screen to be low, and it doesn't go low enough. So while the computer itself is fine, the screen has got to go, and since the computer is kind of one with the screen, I might as well use a different computer. So this cover just slides off. It's easy. Inside here we have these two tabs that have to be lifted up and pushed forwards, and then there's a tab down here at the bottom that pushes down and out, and then that front thing comes off, and this will give you access to just about everything in here that is user serviceable. This lifts up and the drive is under here. It's kind of odd that these take 2.5 inch drives, but they still use the old bigger RAM. So in this case I'm going to change it out with a solid state drive. Don't need a solid state drive. I can certainly deal with one of these rotational drives, no problem, but I have the SSDs, so we might as well use them. And it's a 2.5, so that makes it even easier. Just it's going to be a drop-in replacement. Okay, so these four screws release the drive. Let's unplug it. And I kind of like the way these are designed, because you don't need a caddy. Again, when you're getting them second hand, you don't always get things like the caddies with them, and so sometimes that becomes a nuisance. This is great, good design. You don't need any extra hardware. Oh dear, this is an Ocean fence, and it's the 500 gigabytes, 7200 RPMs. This would be fine for me, but you know, I got these other ones, might as well use them. Of course, here we go again with that tape. I don't know why they put that tape on there. It covers the screw holes. Okay. Oh, if that'll just come off entirely, that's even better. There we go. Okay, so now I'll screw this back in. This does not have to go very tight, especially because it's a non-rotational drive. It's not going anywhere, no vibration. Okay, plug this back in. that's it for the drive. Now for the memory, there's only 2 slots in here. That's kind of eventful. This is the Samsung memory, and it's 2 gigabytes times 2 gives us a total of 4 gigabytes. That's totally adequate for me. I don't have a lot of this memory because when I was using this memory in my computers, at the time, you know, like a gigabyte was a lot of memory, or 512 megabytes was a lot of memory. So all the sticks I have in this format are small, like 128 megabytes, 512 megabytes. I took this memory out of another machine I wasn't using. This was Hynix brand, or whatever, however you pronounce it. And this is the 4 gigabytes, so 4 times 2 will give us 8 gigabytes. If you're running a rotational drive, I like 8 gigabytes as a minimum, or 6. But if you're running flash memory, you should get away with 2. I mean, it really don't matter to an extent. I mean, it depends on what you're doing. For what I do, it's not an issue. Okay, so our new memory is in there. Now we have to do some cleaning. We have a dust issue here. We can see on the front we all dust on there, so we have to blow that out of there. Actually, that's just a fan. There's no radiator there. The radiator in the back has got some dust on there, so I have to blow that out. But I'll just do that with air compressor. That's easy enough. So that concludes the hardware upgrade on this computer. Very easily done. And now this machine is ready for many more years of reliable performance.